guys, this is Ninja Sci-Fi here. So this is Ganon's Tower, and I decided to start with this boss because you face the first 3 bosses in the game once again. And it was just a good checkpoint. It was a point to start at that just worked. Because it was really where everything really started. And so it seemed like a good choice to start off with. So just an update to the schedule. So Monday, the schedule starting Monday will be Monday Oddworld Munch's Odyssey, Tuesday Pokemon Fire Red Randomizer Nuzlocke, Wednesday will be Titan Souls / Unloved instead of Sister Location / Unloved. Or maybe I'll make, hang on. I will make this. Here we go. I'll do this. Let's change that. Let's make Mondays be Five Nights at Freddy's Sister Location / Oddworld Munch's Odyssey. And we'll make Monday Sister Location, and if I finish that, Oddworld Munch's Odysseys. And that's Five Nights at Freddy's Sister Location. Tuesday, Pokemon Fire Red Randomizer Nuzlocke. Wednesday, Titan Souls / Unloved. Thursday, The Impossible Quiz / Binding of Isaac. And Friday, Pokemon Showdown. That sounds good. And that will be starting tomorrow as of when I'm recording this, which is I'm recording it Sunday, so it'll be Monday. So I did find out that I have footage of the 7th dungeon that I did, and so I will release that on Monday, which is tomorrow for me, alongside the video, which will be Sister Location, because I want to finish Night 4 really badly, and it is... I am so close. I keep getting right to the end of it and dying. So I'm this close. I will try to beat it. But so Sister Location will be tomorrow. And if I beat that, which means I get all 3 stars on the main menu, then I will move on to Oddworld Munch's Odyssey. So I will have to beat it basically in 2 videos or less to move on to that, which I may or may not. Just depends. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. I don't know. So that's the update to the schedule. So I've actually already recorded the 7th dungeon because I did it chronologically. I figured out I had recordings, so I was like, I'll do this. And in there I talked about my favorite dungeon. I'll let you watch the video when it comes out to find out which one it is, but let's see. So other things I can talk about. How about my favorite enemy? Like if I had to pick a favorite enemy, I mean obviously enemies aren't meant to be a good thing, but I mean there are some good enemies that are there just in terms of design, I guess. My favorite enemy... That's a tough one. Definitely not the Wall Masters, those things suck. Maybe the penguins in the Ice Palace. I didn't like the Ice Palace so much, but I liked the penguins. Just because they slide around with their mouth open and they have like these teeth. And so it's like, hey! And they slide toward you. And they just kind of look goofy while doing it, so it's fun. So... So yeah, I would say those are my favorite enemy. In terms of my least favorite enemy, that's a bit tougher. The wall masters are annoying, but they can be useful. Like in the forest, whatever, I don't know what it's called. The forest dungeon, the third dungeon in the Dark World, you actually can use them at the midway point or the checkpoint, whatever it is. It's when you go use the fire rod to go into. When you do that, you can actually you can use them to go get hearts if you die, like if you get hit, which can restock your health, which can be helpful because it gives you back your sword beam. So, I will say, yeah, so I really like those. I hate the chain chomps. They're not that bad. Well, okay, so the chain chomps aren't that bad, but they're just kind of annoying. But I would say overall my favorite enemy are the little ducks. My least favorite enemy are the... I think they're called hard rocks or something like that. They're the little annoying Goomba, winged Goomba-like enemies on Death Mountain where you hit them and they turn to stone. And they're just super annoying because they are like, oh, you know, they're like, oh, you want to kill us? Well, guess what? You can't. And so they're annoying like that. Jellyfish aren't too bad. Anyway, my favorite boss in this game, I really liked the Ganon fight, to be honest, because, spoiler alert, at this point I've already beaten the game at the point I'm doing this recording, so I really liked the Ganon fight. I thought that was really good, but if we're excluding the Ganon fight, because that's final boss, I have to think of each of the bosses. The knights, the creatures that go overhead, the knights, the creatures that go overhead, tail lights, the wizard, Aghanim, the Halosaur King, or whatever he is, the... What is the second one? Oh, it's the frozen eyeball. My favorite boss was probably the second one, which is I don't know what the actual name is, but the second one, just because it was simple, but it was complex enough to make for a good boss fight. But it was simple enough, but it was easy enough that you could get through it pretty quickly, so you didn't have to spend a whole lot of time on the boss, and it wasn't overly simple. I didn't like Shadow, or whatever his name is, from Thieves Town. I did not like Fifth Dungeon was the Ice Palace. Oh, that one wasn't so bad. I died a few times, but it wasn't so bad. It wasn't so bad. In the 6th dungeon, you face the gelatin thing. I hated that thing because it was so simple at that point in the game. And in the 7th dungeon, you face the... Oh! That was actually probably my favorite fight. The one in the tower in the Dark World, the 7th dungeon one, because it had 3 heads. One was normal, one was fire, and one was ice. Getting rid of the ice one breathes ice all over the place and makes it slippery. The fire one breathes fire. And both the heads can strike out on the side and just attack you. So it was really fun to see. It was just really cool that you had to use the fire and ice rod to do that, to beat him. And then when you finally do kill both the fire and ice head, it like the main one bursts into a snake and starts going all over the place, and you can only hit him in the one weak point that's in the middle. But it was fun, yet slightly challenging. It was challenging enough to still be fun. So that was probably my favorite boss fight. And my least favorite boss fight was easily Tail Light. The 3rd Light World dungeon, where you get the final pendant, because he kept bumping me off, and he bumps you, and that was not fun at all. So that would be my least favorite of the bosses in this game. And then my favorite item in this game would probably be the hook shot, just because of its usefulness. And my least favorite item, don't have one. Everything's useful to its own extent. So, since this is another video, I'll remind you guys, if there's a game you'd like to see me play on this channel, then go ahead and tell me in the comments down below. I know they're way below down where I'm pointing here, but they're down there somewhere. Tell me what you'd like to see me play. Yeah. And, I'll look into it. There's a list of the games in the last part's description that you can look at, just things that came to the top of my head. I've already changed the schedule a few times for what people want to see. I actually kept Sister Location and just moved it because somebody said they wanted to see that. Somebody said they wanted to see Titan Souls. Someone said they wanted to see Pokemon Showdown. So I'm doing those as episodes because people wanted to see it. And that's really cool. So I don't know if you can hear it, but there's like a ding 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 ding, like back and forth type thing here really quickly, and you'll see why in a moment. There, because there are so many other spiky things that it's just incredible how many there are. Because there are a lot of them. And so you're just like, what is that noise? It's kind of irritating. And you're like, oh, there's this. I don't like that they hid that guy there. Like, he just kind of comes out of nowhere and he's like, ah! And it's like, ah! Yeah, I gotta say, this tower gets annoying towards the end. Like, here, this is a good example here But that's not that bad. It's like, oh yeah, okay, it's pretty. It's like, oh, okay, so you gotta go ahead and get through the spiky things, but it's okay. This is a little more annoying. It's like, oh, you gotta get through these cannonballs. I think I even went over there. You can get over there, for the record. There are several ways to do it. You could charge into the blocks and get knocked back, but there are several things to do it. Here's where they start introducing conveyor belts, and this is my problem. Like, the knights were pretty... like, they were easy. So, even though you're on ice, it doesn't matter, really. Heck, you could probably use your sword to get through them. Oh, I've also got the red mail here, apparently. But anyway, like, they've got conveyor belts, and they start putting both enemies and you on conveyor belts. Like, here they've got enemies on conveyor belts. Here you have to get onto the conveyor belts to move. The annoying thing is those Cyclopses, as I aptly named them, they already turn and fire at you when you're in sight, but now they're turning while they're turning. Like, they're on a rectangular path, but they're also turning on, like, in place on that rectangular path, which just creates for a different type of experience. And they add ice into it, and spikes, and obstacles. And it's just like, screw this. I was like, go, 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 go. And they throw more ice at you. I'm glad that they didn't put ice and spikes and things for the second boss fight here. Oh gosh, if they had made you face taillights again with ice and conveyor belts and spikes, him constantly bumping you into them and you constantly trying to get away and trying to hit him, and it makes my head hurt. So here's the second fight. I kind of like that they throw the first three bosses back at you again. Mainly because it's like this is what it looks like. Or I mean, this is how much you've grown. You remember those guys that took 15 hits to kill originally? Now they take 3. Or 4. They die like that now, instead of taking forever to kill. So, I really like that about this game. Because it shows you how far you've come. Originally it took so long, and now you're just like, bam, 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 done. I kind of wish they had done 3 random bosses or something like that. But honestly, some of the bosses I just couldn't handle if they had ice. But it would have been more interesting to see some of them on ice. Also, you can't... I was checking this. This is why I got close to the camera. You can't really see it, but when you're playing it, you can actually very faintly see the blocks. So I was here with the camera, the computer, like, I can kind of see it. And they're big fans, like, the people who made this game are big fans of, like, long stretches with those eyeball things. Oh, they add in those things. What are those things called, anyway? I kind of wish they did, like, they do an epilogue type thing after you defeat Ganon. I kind of wish they did, like, because they just have credits that roll for a bit. I wish they had done, like, you know, here are the list of enemies, and you're like, oh yeah, I remember that thing and what it looks like, and here's its name. I guess in the manual they did, but I don't have the manual, so yeah. This was a neat little puzzle. Just the fact that you had to light up all the braziers, or whatever they are. Because they've introduced that idea before. So... I also discovered, by the way, that there's actually a way to hold your shield out, or your sword out, so that your shield is, like, off to the side, so you're like, ah! And you can deflect their beams. I do... See, this is how they should have done it with taillights before. You drop down, you're right there. I know they drop you sometime, most of the time, in the room that is right down below, and you can just go up the steps. But here, they do it with a non-perilous room. Like, the most peril you're in is the fact that maybe you drop down and the lasers will get you. There's not really anything that you need to worry about. That being said... I just, I don't know. I mean, that being said, well, no, I'm not even going to defend that fight, because I was going to be like, oh, they have hearts right there, but you have to hit the switch down below to get the hearts. And that means you have to go even further from the boss. And it resets every single time you fall down. So I don't give a pass. Like here, this is actually a fairly clever design. You get into the room and immediately everything is caged away. Nothing is hurting you. And you're like, oh, I don't have keys. Am I going to have to go back? No, maybe there's a key in here. Let me check these things. So you do, and you accidentally hit the switch, like I did. Or not. Also, I like that there's an anti-fairy there, because it means you can heal up a bit. And it's in a simple enough layout that even if it, like, floats outside, you've got this. They put everything right in your view. And that made it a good puzzle. I liked it. Taillights is also way less annoying here because they give you a much larger setup. I just went with the hitting him thing. See, two attacks. That's all it took. Meanwhile, before I had to do freaking like 20 attacks or something. Also, I got lost here, but I just went down and I'm like, oh, a chest. I can grapple over to that. And there's a ladder. Bam. There are a lot of things this game does right. I also like that this is just a big sequence of slide down, slide up, slide down. Just because it's short enough that it's kind of entertaining. Like, haha, okay game, I see what you did there. And man, if you thought the other bosses went down much more easily and you felt like you grew, just wait for the Aghanim fight here in a moment. Before he took like 10 different hits to kill. So let's see how he does now that we're a little stronger. I went in with the bow because I didn't know what to expect, and then it's like, oh, it's Aghanim. Oh, it's great that you could come all the way here, but I'm very happy to see you again, but you better believe that we will not have a third meeting. Prepare to meet your doom. And then he does two clones, who, by the way, shoot shots at you that hurt you, but can also be used against him directly. So that's one. I didn't hit there. I didn't hit there either. Two. 3, 4. 5. this one kills him. And I'm gonna get ready to say goodbye. As always, thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and share. And have a great day. Because I'm about to beat this guy. And you feel so much stronger, and it feels great. Yep, there we go. So, he's gonna teleport me away. He's gonna... Oh, I'm Ganon. Ooh, you saw who I am. Ooh. Which was awesome. I actually thought I was gonna have to fight him, like, as a bat. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye. In a minute.